Yes, we're live. So, guys, if you're watching this here, sorry about this. This is me and my brother, actually. I'm going to show you a quick little video that what my brother sent me yesterday. For a lot of you guys that don't know this, my brother's an ER doctor at Orange, right, Rob? La Palma?
Yeah, La Palma.
La Palma over there. So he's at the front lines of this whole thing. So I'm gonna share this video and just kind of just see what he did. Check this video out.
Hey guys, it's Dr. Milanes here. Just wanted to show you guys what the Hornets Nest looks like. This is where we have an area set up for triage and for those who are sick. So if you guys go to the ER, you guys will be separated from other patients just to help prevent the spread. I am wearing my N95 mask. I got a really good seal. You can tell, and I do wear protective goggles. But when we go into the tent, I do wear they call PAPR, just to be more protected. But let's check out inside. All right, so here's the tent here. You go in, we just have cots here. Another cot here, little privacy rooms. Over here.
Okay, let me get back on this one and let me get my brother in here. Dr. Robert Milanes, how are you doing today, sir?
Great. Thank you so much, Doctor. Just got off of a shift last night and just been working on this and been in the front line. And thanks for doing this because I really want to educate people about what's going on and and let people know when they should come in and how the whole system works and kind of explain that tent situation a little bit.
That'd be cool, man. Because I mean, right now you're front lines, you're seeing everything, and I just think it's awesome that you have the time to do this and just to educate too, because everyone's getting so many mixed feelings. And I don't want to broadcast as a newscast like we're doing this, but I think Rob, I'm so proud of you as a brother, but you're also a doctor seeing this stuff. I think it's going to help a lot of people that are, kind of checking this out. I'm glad we're doing this, bro.
Yeah.
So
let's do it.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to you, man, and then just kind of see, do your pitch about, that video, what happened, and here you go. I'm gonna put it on you.
Yeah, cool. So, thanks for having me, guys. It's Dr. Milanes here. It's great to be here. I'm an ER physician. I'm in La Palma, Intercommunity out in La Palma, which is right by Knott's Berry Farm. And this stuff has been going on for quite some time. But I did my residency out in Michigan State. But we're still in the early stages of this COVID-19, right? So there's data from other countries, but we still have minimal data here. And so we're still in the early stages. And so there's like a lot of fear and a lot of panic, and I get that. And so to me, I kind of want to hope, my goal right now is to kind of level it out, kind of be like, okay, this is where we're at. This is probably where it's going to go. And so, I just think it's important to know because being working in the ER, I see a lot of people coming in that are exposing themselves to potential COVID positive patients. And so it's better just to stay home. And so really with that tent, they set up that tent the other day at the hospital because now what they're doing, traditionally when you would triage into a hospital, you go into the ER waiting room, you knock on the door or, knock on the window and say, why you're here. And so you get to interview out there and you're kind of exposed with everyone. But now what we're doing is we're isolating patients that have any respiratory symptoms, meaning like cough, fever, runny nose, sore throat, anything up that sounds like your typical flu or common cold, because this coronavirus is so contagious. And so, but now, before traditionally, instead of going to the waiting room and getting that done, now what we do is you go in, all the patients go in through one entrance, right? Okay. And so there's a designated person there that asks kind of like why you're there. And so if you have like chest pain, abdominal pain, leg pain, itchy, like just the usual other ER stuff, you're gonna go into the formal waiting room. But now if you have any respiratory symptoms, you will go to a separate triage, which is that tent area, and be seen over there. If you're a patient that's like sicker than others, like someone who has like asthma or COPD, like really short of breath, then what we have are isolation rooms at the hospital, which are negative pressure rooms that help prevent the spread. And so, so to me, I think that's like a good thing to know is how many isolation rooms a hospital has. But for potential. So they set up that tent. You go into that tent, and then base over there, they'll either swab you for the flu, because the flu season's still going on. People are getting strep.
But it's pretty much like, it's right now it's flu. It's this kind of similar to the same, right? It just when it really hits, or is it too early to tell right now?
So the symptoms present like having the flu or common cold. It's the same type of symptoms, but the issue why there's so much emphasis on this is that it's contagious. And then 80% of the patients that get it, like they do okay. But so there's still 20% of people who, they get like sick that require hospitalization. So we just have to control it.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're doing everything that we can. And, it is pretty impressive how they're building up the infrastructure right now, because right now they're developing an infrastructure to take all this. And so, so when the patient gets like checked in, then there's certain criteria that we have to test patients. And then there's certain people, because there's not a lot of tests that are out, right? So there's still a limited amount of tests. So now it's not like now you can go into the ER and like, if you want to get ruled out for flu, hospitals have endless supply of influenza swabs. But right now there's such a limited amount of the COVID-19 test, which is the nasal swab and oral pharyngeal swab. So nasal pharyngeal, so they actually stick a Q-tip like way in the back of your nose and the back of your mouth, swab there, and then they go with another Q-tip in your mouth, open wide, and then swab in the back. And then you have to, that's how they do the testing. It takes like 72 hours right now. But
for you to get the test back, 72 hours?
Yeah. So what happens is, say you go there, and then we deem, and I'll go over like why we test, like when we test people. But say you get tested, if you are healthy enough to go home, we'll send you home and tell you to self-quarantine for 14 days, quarantine for 14 days. And then if you're sick enough, then you have to get admitted to the hospital. And so that's like kind of the decision tree. So really, I think the best thing for people to know is that any respiratory thing, I would just act like you have COVID-19, because you will just prevent the spread and just quarantine yourself. If you're, there's being sick, like having the cold, and I'm not talking about the man flu that we get. I'm talking about the man flu that we get, actually.
You gotta have a little humor, man, right? You gotta have a little humor into this, right?
Yeah, it's like important to know, like things to watch out for is like if you're like really short of breath, that's like okay to come in. But you're gonna get sick, like the influenza. You're gonna be achy. You're gonna not feel well. That's part of being sick, right? But it's when you're very
you can't
short
breathe.
of breath.
Like it's just like you can't breathe. You just can't move around. Like it's flu symptoms, but when it gets bad is when you have the upper respiratory, right? That's when you should kind of be a little bit concerned, but you wait it out. What do you like?
Yeah, so if it's like, I'm just going to tell you how it is, right? Like, I would wait it out, but if you're like really short of breath, wheezing, and it's mostly dry cough, but like really severe wheezing and short of breath, that's when you
like an abundance of phlegm, like you can't make it like 3 or 4 feet, basically.
Yeah. But if you're like just like, oh, I have a cold, like you feel like you just want to be sleepy. Right now, how they have it, since it's still the early phases, there's not a lot of tests out. I wouldn't even come in. Just wait it out at home.
Wait it out.
I hate to say it that way, but there's just not a lot of tests because there's certain criteria. And so to me, that's like what's important to know is like, when do you come in, right? Because there's...
Well, dude, I don't mean to cut you, but you have such an... look, it's hyperpanics humans. That's what we do. But you get probably too many people coming in, right? Just because of the fear.
Yeah, there's most of the people are, which we refer to them as like the worried well, and so there's like most of the people are the worried well. Like for instance, over here in Orange County, there's the South Coast Plaza Mall, and so there's it's a huge mall, nice mall over there, but a person over there tested positive, and then now we get like people who were in that area or workers or whatever that come in, and they're like, hey, I want to be tested because I work in that area. Well, you go to the guidelines, if like, unless you have like the two most important things are fever and cough. They're like, if you have fever and cough, that's like, okay, you may get tested.
Yeah.
And then now, because there's a limited amount of tests, you got to have fever, cough, you had recent travel, right, to one of these, either a foreign country or now domestically, right, which the hot zones now is like Washington, California, New York. If you've had travel over there, then we'll more than likely test you. But if it's just a cough,
You're okay.
You're okay. You're not going to get tested. So if you have just a cough with no fever, so get a thermometer, guys. And a fever is a temperature of 100.4. A lot of people say, "Oh, I have a fever."
It's not man flu 98.9. No,
that's not man flu temperature. No? I'm talking literal. Well, I want to say person flu temperature. I don't know.
Yeah. So anything over 100, what is it?
100.4.
100.4. Somebody asked, how about a sore throat, headache, but no fever?
Yeah, right now, it's a good question because that's typically how it is. Because now there's still strep going around, and then there's influenza as well. But if there's no fever, chances are you won't get tested. When you will get tested when there's no fever is, say, like if you're in like a known cluster, right? You work with someone. This is probably more than likely for healthcare workers, but it's like, okay, somebody tested positive and you're around that person and then you started developing symptoms. That's when we'll test.
Yeah.
So you have to be exposed, but really you just got to have, the most important thing is the fever.
No, man, this is great stuff, man. I mean, and the other thing, I'm kind of doing it all here. So if you guys see me kind of looking back and forth, I'm trying to get all the graphics and stuff. I did put my brother's website down over here. In the midst of when he's not in the ER, working the ER, he does have his own practice too. It's a medical spa, but he also does telemedicine, Rob, right?
Yeah.
So you can actually book an appointment if you wanted to. Again, he's pressed for time, guys. Rob, I don't know how crazy you're working or what your schedule like. I know you're probably doing a lot of stuff. Okay, so I mean, guys, go to his website though. But again, Rob, you're willing to get down and help people out.
Yeah, I mean, so to me, and what we did was we ended up lowering our prices just for like a little acute care stuff, and like if you need like a medication refill. Honestly, guys, and I'm just telling you, there's so many people that come to the ER that shouldn't have to be. Like we've had patients, we still have the people who are the drug addicts and the pain seekers, but it's like almost like, okay, is it worth being exposed? If it can wait, it's best just to delay coming in and being seen. Because I've had patients where it's like, okay, how long have you had this pain for? And they tell me 3 months. It's like, oh, come on, like you are risking the potential of getting sick, and then not only you getting sick, you're gonna get other people sick.
Yeah.
And so that's like the huge thing is like, okay, like we're doing our parts like working in the ER, and that's why I did that post, right? It's like we have to fight this together and make sure we wash your hands. Before you touch your face, wash your hands. And what I would do is wash any of the high touch surface areas like kitchen.
Well, high traffic areas, man.
Yeah. When you go grocery shopping after you're done ordering food, make sure you wash your hands. I'm just joking, but it's crazy how the supermarkets, everything's empty now. I'm sure you guys experienced that, and that's a whole other level of panic. But we're gonna be good. I think this is the way that we're getting it. It's getting designed is. We're going to be good. This is going to be definitely for a long haul, right? But I think we're going to be good. And I think as long as we self-isolate, we quarantine ourselves, we reduce our exposure to ourselves and to others, and then of course, watch out if someone in your family is older, they have diabetes, high blood pressure. Those are also risk factors because sometimes when people are asymptomatic, they feel fine, they go out, but they can also contract the disease as well.
Just touching my face.
Yeah, hopefully you wash your hands.
I wash my hands, man, but I'm so bad I just touched my face right in live thing. Everyone stay away from me, apparently, Rob. Everyone stay away from me.
Well, I'm telling you, man, I'm trying to every day. It's a freaky thing out there, and I have to give big respects though to people who are firefighters and policemen. This is in military people. This is kind of going into the situation where it's potentially dangerous, right? And so big ups to those people who do that for their job continuously.
Dude, kudos to you, man. You're the one that's doing this, man. You're in the front lines too, man. You're seeing all that stuff go down. I mean, to watch your videos, man, it's just crazy. I mean, it's overwhelming, but it's awesome. You should be proud of yourself. And dude, I'm glad we're doing this. Oh, somebody said, as long as you're not picking your nose, Eddie, so I think I'm safe, right?
Yeah, but so it's been hard to eat and do all this stuff, and you always think when in doubt, just wash your hands. And there's Gordon Ramsay has a really good video on how to wash your hands.
Really?
Just Google or YouTube Gordon Ramsay washing hands.
I'll try to find the link and I'll post it on there. But I guess most people.
Really good.
Yeah. No, man, it's cool, man. And oh, look at that. See, Stefan, I appreciate it. Go buy a house through me. We're not trying to pitch ourselves, guys. It's just more of we just want to educate, and I think it's kind of awesome having a brother that's an ER doctor and just a doctor as well. And him being in the front lines, just I'm glad we did this, Rob. It's just to share.
Yeah, me too.
To share,
I just want to hopefully it'll ease some panic and give you something to do in quarantine.
Yeah. Plus, we're giving them something to watch though too, man. But I think we're kind of, I don't know, man. I think we're good. I don't know. Wait, heard bleach is the only thing. Oh, here we go. Somebody asks, heard the bleach is the only effective thing to kill it. Is this correct, Rob?
Bleach is very effective, but then there's also the chlorhexidine wipes. I cannot say with certainty. I don't want to tell you exactly what will kill. There's chemicals that are graded to kill it. Do I know them all? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I will get there though.
Okay.
I will provide that information.
No, yeah, man. So I think other than that, I don't really know if we. Oh, where you go? Where were? There we are. We're split there. So. I hope everyone is being safe, and just when in doubt, just stay at home, and just make sure you wash your hands. And just if you have an issue that you need to be seen, that it can wait or it's been going on for 2 months or a long period of time, I would definitely avoid going to the ER. I mean, the tensions are higher. I admit the tensions are higher in the ERs. I'm sure people other healthcare providers. Its tensions are higher, and so it's just better if. Well, dude, it's like a dream state, man. I mean, freeways. Yeah. I mean, look, you live in Irvine, man, and that 405 is, like you said, it's empty.
Yeah, 5 freeways. It's the quickest I'm getting home. It's it's crazy.
It's almost but I mean, I think it's just, I think it's just staying sane for the next 2 weeks to be somewhat quarantined. I know we're not mandatory quarantine, but just to stay kind of sane. What do you suggest? Just working out, push-ups, sit-ups, just keep the mind going. What else do you get from a doctor?
Yeah, I think doing that. To me, I'm taking this opportunity now. It's you have kids. I got my kids. It's cool, man. I got to teach them some stuff. And I've actually I brought out the saxophone again.
Oh man, you're bringing back Mr. What's the Schumacher?
Schuster? I think
Schuster, Mr. Schuster from Valley View. Look at that guy, man.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so I mean, to me, I just think take this time and try to it is a stressful time financially and everything, but maybe just take your time and that thing that you wanted to learn or that book you wanted to read or that thing you wanted to do, just do it.
Yeah, just do it. Stay. I mean, look, man, real estate, I don't want to get into that. I mean, real estate's I'm still closing some deals, but just kind of similar to everybody right now. We're kind of sitting on the sidelines and waiting to see what happens with financially. And, kudos to all you guys as parents, with your kids are home, man. So I'm man, I feel for you guys. Me and Brooke just got dogs, but my brother's got 3 little baby girls, man, and they're how you doing?
I've only watched Frozen 2 twice, but that's okay. I gotta keep a tally. The next time I go, I'll put on a tally.
Oh, that's so funny. But hey, guys, what we're gonna do? Let me know, guys. Send probably actually send me if you guys want to. Send me some more questions, Rob. I'd love to do this, man. If you hear any news or if you want to kind of. You're going to be working at the ER, man. I think this would be kind of cool to share. I think everyone will kind of like it,
I hope so. Take it or is this what my piece? Take it or leave it, man.
Take it. That's what her father used to say, man. It's okay, man. It's all right. Take it or leave it. Do you know why, man? Do you know why?
Do you know why, water guy?
Do you know why, water guy?
This is how it is, okay?
Okay. But hey, man, we're gonna end it up, guys. Again, go to my brother's page. It's www.drmilanes.com. Virtual visit. If you guys need any help, Rob, I know that you're. Oh wait, somebody's asking me. Whoa, see, totally ADD, Rob. Hold on, somebody's asking me
it's
one.
Okay.
Good less. Okay, spraying all the door handles, knobs, light switches with isopropyl alcohol, even though dad, mom, and boyfriend sanitized before coming in the front door. Good less. Airborne, more touch. Is that? I read that pretty good.
Yeah, it's a airborne. Yeah, the respiratory drop. Yeah, and that was another thing too. If you have the symptoms and you have other people in your house, wear a mask, and because that's the most form of spreading, and just try to even isolate even more. It's going to be super hard, and it's just we're in uncharted territory.
So basically, we might all have it right now. It's just
Yeah.
You know.
We may have it.
Yeah.
We may have it. Yeah.
But
here we go. Yeah. So thank you guys.
Which kid is that? I heard a kid. Is that a kid came in?
Yeah. We have a little one. We have a loose one here.
Hey.
Yeah.
Who is that? Rania. All right, guys.
I
Hey,
have a
again.
thermometer here.
Oh, sorry.
I do my checks every day.
No, guys. I think pretty much, man. Send me some questions if you guys have, and then me and my brother we'll keep doing this, Rob. I mean, I think it's awesome. And that's it, man. I think we're done. We got to wrap up. I know you got to go get some sleep before you got to go hit the ER.
Yes, I do.
So.
All right, great.
Hey,
Thank you. Thank you, Eddie.
Hey, I love you, Rob.
Hey, I love you too. All right, have a good one.
Later,
All
man.
right,
Bye.